Hello, everybody. I was starting this read, and yet again, the camera, I had to delete some things. So I'm going to read. I just got started here. In the central energy, we've got the star. So we've got renewal and rejuvenation, this star energy. And the challenge is the lovers coming together, union is a challenge for this star because they have the moon and the four of wands. So they've got the some fear and anxiety perhaps around union. Why? Because in the past they were put in a nine of swords, right? In a trauma. So they could have had a very traumatic experience with union in the past. And they are, have a little trepidation regarding another union. So there is here with the intentions and expectations. You've got the hermit who is shining a light on things, seeking the truth. There's the Hierophant is shining this light. The Hierophant could be the Most High himself, or the tippy top of some, higher level business that is in responsible or obligated to the responsibility of karmic cycles. So anyway, there's this Hierophant shining a light here regarding this karmic cycle. And in the near future, we've got a Three of Wands, a Page of Swords, and a Seven of Swords. So you've got, I'll show them to you. I'm sorry, I haven't been showing these to you. That's the near future. So you've got somebody who's wanting to come forward. They're making preparations to come forward. They want to gain a contract. They want to do some negotiations, get a contract, get some sort of a it could be business or anything, right? Getting a new job, going to work for somebody, having a business partnership, moving forward, having some sort of an entanglement. But the intention is to betray and to get away with something, using trickery. So there could be a reason why maybe this star is sensing this trickery. Being in a Nine of Swords tends to make somebody's senses really become like raw, right? So you really can pick up on stuff because it's like your nerves are like just on fire, and it's like you could just sense stuff. Spidey senses. After so much trauma, you get your spidey senses going, right? It's just the way that it goes. Anyhow, in the lens that's being looked through, there is a Knight of Cups, coming forward with a knight in shining armor, a heartfelt proposal. But the problem is that it's a devil with toxic, addictive behaviors. In the environment, so you got the Eight of Wands. So there's going to be quick decisions. Something's going to happen very swiftly. Hopes and fears. Yeah. They're hoping to bring conflict and strife. Petty freaking ego clashes and stuff, Competition. Stick you back in a Nine of Swords. That's what they want to do. And the outcome? And the outcome is a Four of Swords. Rest, relaxation, recovery, renewal, star. You're going to get your renewal, star. Renewal. You start with renewal and you're ending with renewal. Bam. And an Ace of Pentacles. So you're getting your financial opportunity. You're here with the Queen of Pentacles. It could be a guardian of sorts. who is watching after you, maybe offering you a new business venture or a financial opportunity of sorts, and this could be justice served. This maybe, I don't know. So you're going to be working with high standards, mastering some apprenticeship, or maybe you have mastered an apprenticeship and now you get to move forward and justice is going to be served. You're going to reap your rewards. Yeah. Yeah. You have mastered your apprenticeship. Or you will be. And you're coming into a nostalgic union. It could be that you're also a high priestess, and this is the death of this, man. This is the ending of this. The star knows. The star knows. Okay. Do whatever, please. I know that I don't always remind you, but please take it as a given. Do whatever you need to do with the genders and anything. I just do this for ease of storytelling, and it helps me because that's what's on the cards, and there you go. So anyway, the star is ultra sensitive, Not only is the star about renewal, spiritual fortune, and rejuvenation and all of that, but they have been in a Nine of Swords. So they have been traumatized. They've had insomnia, nightmares. They could have felt hopeless and had to persevere through some very traumatic things. And so their senses are like on, they're like on high vibe, right? And they're going off. These senses are going off because they know that this person's here in the near future. They can sense it. But the Hierophant's here, shining a light on this stuff. Okay, that one just fell off and that wasn't supposed to. The star is here. Oh, the actor is spying. They're spying. They have a limited perception of this star. And they're spying. They could be laughing. I don't know. They could be laughing that the star is having issues, challenges regarding regarding union. They might be very proud of themselves that they were able to traumatize this star to such a degree. And they're still coming after this person. So, challenge here. Sovereign being might be getting these people who are spying, these actors who are spying on this star, they might be laughing that this star is having issues regarding relationships, but this star is seen as a sovereign being, and they may receive a message, and that might have these actors challenged, because it may be made easy for this star to recognize, if they receive message, then it might make it a little easier, if they get proper communication from proper sources, right? In a proper fashion. Because there is this anxiety regarding reunions, and these ones think it's funny. They're like, yes, job well done. Ooh, somebody's going to be making an appearance soon. In the recent past, there was a Nine of Swords, trauma, despair. Because maybe you were abandoned by your kin, or maybe you had no family. Maybe you were left all alone when you were suffering through trauma and despair. You didn't have anybody to lean on. There was nobody to help you. And in fact, these people who weren't present could have made it even harder. In fact, they could have caused it. And they left you to suffer. And this Hierophant is here with the Hermit, shining a light on everything, making decisions regarding this karmic life cycle. Yep, it's time. Remember time. I never knew what that meant. But here it is, you know, at this time, with my current state of awareness, it's just popping up. It's crazy. But it's not. I mean, it sounds crazy to anybody who doesn't think like, you know, whatever. Anyway. So yes, there is a Three of Wands coming in, moving forward. Their intention is to negotiate some contract with the intention of deceiving, betraying, and getting away with something tricky. Something they've been taught. Or it could be some scholar, some teacher of sorts. Either it's something they were taught, or this is the teacher who teaches stuff. I don't know, but they're coming in and they're trying to seek some sort of contract with the intention of of thieving something. This is part of a strategy. You've got the Knight of Cups here with a heart proposal, but there's the devil here. So there's codependency, toxicity, addictions. Yeah. And this is how they communicate. Fight. It'd be a constant fight. And in the environment here, we've got the Eight of Swords. So something's happening very quickly. There's some sort of a purpose that's going to happen very quickly. Intention, expectation. Hopes and fears is the Five of Wands. A clashing of egos. Some sort of petty disagreements. Somebody spying on a location of somebody. And then you've got rest and relaxation, the Four of Swords. Oh. It came out and it spun into the reverse. And we've got home in the reverse. So what, somebody's losing a home? Somebody's making plans for the future. They're losing their home. Somebody in religion. They're in conflict. They want to bring conflict to this purpose, to this quick thing that's happening. That's going to be, ooh, yeah. We've got so somebody's making plans for the future. They want to recover. They don't get to go home. And there's somebody coming into their evermore. Somebody who is real and true to themselves. You know, not somebody that's not pretending, you know. The good, bad, and the ugly. It is what it is. I just don't know what to say. I mean, man, in life, I'm old. So in life, I used to, when I was young, try to be what others wanted me to be, right? Because I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be loved. Because I came from this area, where all that was absent. Like so many of us did. And I soon found out that by betraying my own self and trying to please so many different people, it's like, man, you can't live up to that. It's horrendous. I decided to stop. I decided I'm going to please one person, and that's going to be me. And I'm gonna merge with life, unseen. People are rough, man. They're tough. Most complicated creatures in the world, as far as I know. Okay, anyway, so we got the star here, and then you got some actors here with a limited perception, or they're spying. Yeah, these personalities with the limited perception are facing poverty, or they're in poverty, and they're looking at this star who's a sovereign being who's getting a message about love. But this star has issues, man, because these personalities, did some stuff, man. Yeah, and so this sovereign being, who is the main female, who is the star, has the lovers here, and there's going to be a change. She's getting a message, or she will be. In the subconscious, there is fear and anxiety around a Four of Wands, around marriage or union, contracts of any kind, perhaps. And somebody's making an appearance, though. Somebody's going to make it. Oh, somebody of high honor. They could be on their way right now. And this mature man is in despair because he may, because he's in the courthouse right now regarding a child. And he may be making a journey or something, or he's really upset that this. Maybe it's that mature man who's having fear and anxiety regarding the appearance of this high honor person and this main female. Could be both. Who knows? Anyway, in the recent past, you got the Nine of Swords here. So there's been some trauma, and some despair. You had no family to help you, to support you. No support group. Nobody came to your aid. Nobody helped you when you were having nightmares and insomnia. Nobody gave a crap. Nobody. They could have painted you as though you were a false person, and you deserved it. These false kin. These false kin of false people may have painted you to be a false person and stuck these 9 swords in you, causing you nightmares, anxiety, hopelessness, trauma, and despair. And you persevered. You kept living. And the Hierophant's here shining a light on all of this. All of it. Oh, that's what that's about. The collection of information. The all-seeing eye. And by that I mean the all-seeing eye within the collective, which makes up the body, right? And so he's here. collecting information about the lives people have lived and what's in their heart. That's what that was. I get it now. I get it now. It's like there is a collection of data going on, and it's like the life review. It's kind of like the life review without you. You know, it's that determination of what is, who you are, what you've done, what you've survived, what you persevered through, how you responded. Did you retaliate? Did you leave judgment and justice for the Most High, or did you take that into your own hands? I mean, this is what I just got last night, I believe it was, and I was all mad because I didn't know what it was, but that's what this is. It's like yeah, man, the lives. And then it's like, you know, who is trying to be who, you know, and what was their life like, and what actions did they take to get to the point that they are now, you know. And so there are the comparisons of lives happening. And I believe this is with those who are the earth angel and those who are pretending to be the earth angel. And the lives of the two are being looked at. It's like, what kind of traumas did they go through? What kind of despair were they made to suffer through? Did they have a family support system? Did they have a husband or a wife to care for them? Did they have children? Was there anybody at all that could stand by their side while they were suffering nightmares and insomnia and fear and depression? Was there anybody? And he's comparing, because there is one that wants to be, right, that, and there is the one that was like desperately attempted to be made a sacrifice. So it's like, okay, what about this one? Okay, now tell me about this one. Just so y'all know, man. It's all being seen. Somebody's not getting sudden wealth. These false people, they're not getting sudden wealth. It might be their turn to be in a Nine of Swords. So they have nothing to lose, really. So they're going to travel distances to come here, try to get some sort of a contract, whether it be a job or you know, a relationship, a friendship, anything, any kind of connection, any kind of being in the vicinity of, so they can commit fraud. We have imprisonment. They want to imprison this person, or they're going to be imprisoned. There's a Knight of Cups here coming in with some heartfelt proposal. He's got attachments and toxicity, codependency. This person's form of communication is to duke it out, argue, fight. Oh, they want to come in with for a marriage. Beware. Very quickly, there's a purpose here. Yeah, they want to imprison this person, and so they want to come in and they want to get a marriage with this person. This devil wants to get a marriage so that they can escape judication. That's their purpose. So they're going to come in, they're going to do it very quickly. It's probably going to be like love bombing. It could be conflict. They're spying right now. They're in the courthouse about a child. They want to bring conflict. They didn't get to go home. They they want to recover. They're in contemplation. They weren't able to go home. They lost their home. They got a message of concern. Home is in the reverse. Maybe they lost their home. Or they're losing their home. And they're in despair. This mature man is in despair. You may be making a journey, main female, this sovereign being, with this Four of Wands. Somebody's making an appearance. Freedom. This star has gained their freedom. And these personalities who have a limited perception are facing poverty. They're challenged by this main female who's a sovereign being getting a message of change. And it's regarding love. And it could be that this person who she's going to be in union with is making an appearance soon. They might be in fear and anxiety around this. They might be in fear, but she might be too. You just never know after Nine of Swords. I mean, when your whole entire lineage decided to leave you to rot in a pool of freaking trauma and despair. Oh, we love you. So the star gained her freedom, and she's successful. She knows that there's no greater goal than to love. She's getting a message from a love, maybe. And these ones, these personalities who have a limited perception and they're facing poverty, they're having trouble accepting this. This is their challenge. They don't want to accept this. Reverse. They could be the ones having fear and anxiety regarding this reunion. I would like it so much if the star wasn't having anxiety about this. That would make it better, wouldn't it? If there was some sort of a surety. There probably is. I have a feeling that it's these personalities who are facing poverty who are having a difficulty accepting the fact that this high honor, important person that is getting with this main female is going to be like showing up anytime now. And, it's like, are you ready? I don't know. What do you say? I don't think the star has a problem with that. Ooh. Death. When this person shows up and this marriage happens, everything ends. That's where the fear and anxiety is coming from for these ones who are facing poverty. When this one shows up and this marriage occurs, it all changes. That's why they have nothing left to lose. That's why here in the future they're coming forward with trickery and stuff. They're doing anything and everything they can to get a contract because they're in regret over the way this went. It's like, wow, man. So you got this false person here, or these false people who were apparently family and friends but weren't. They stuck 9 swords in you, or maybe they're in a 9 of swords now. Maybe they're having trauma and despair now. These false people who were supposed to be your family. Yeah, because they're not in service to anybody. This card came out in the reverse. It says, service, I feel good when I can help others, but it came out in the reverse. And that's how these people are. They don't want to help anybody else. So they're not getting the sudden wealth. The Hierophant is here, shined a light on all of this. And it's time. It's time for this karmic wheel to turn. Doubt, it came out in the reverse. It says, I release the need to know all the answers, and it came out in the reverse. So they're probably demanding answers. So they're coming forward with all of the lessons that they've learned on how to be, and they're going to try to spy. They're either going to try to spy. I think that's probably what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to come right out and reveal themselves after all this time. It'll be spying, and their intention is to do something deceptive and tricky. Commit fraud somehow. Get away with something. And their intention could be to imprison somebody, or this could be what they're facing. Let's see. Honesty. We've got, so they are dishonest, and they want to get a contract with this feminine here before this high honor masculine shows up, so that they can bind her speaking ability. She speaks honestly about things, and they want to silence her. So they're coming in as a Knight of Cups, but they're truly the devil, and they want to duke it out. They want to imprison this person and shut them up. And they want to do it very quickly. And their purpose is to escape judication. So they're targeting this person who has empathy and has a creative mind. And they're going to try to get a marriage with this person. Swiftly. The purpose is to escape judication through friendship. Through friendship. But they want to bring conflict, and they want to spy on the location of where this child is. Or they're in the courthouse. over this child right now. They're not happy. They're not happy with the way things are going. They want to recover, retreat. They're getting a message of concern. Home is in the reverse. They may have lost their home, or they don't get to go home. They failed. Whatever they were doing failed. They have indecision, and they're in despair over this change. They're fearing adversity. Imagine that. Imagine that. The star is hope and has faith. Come on, boy. Has their freedom. He's groaning. He's got a vet appointment next Friday. We're going to get his blood tested. He needs more medicine, I think. Aww. This star has gained their freedom, and somebody wants to call up and hear their voice. Have a conversation. Main female sovereign, getting a message, knows that there's no greater goal than to love, getting a message regarding a change. Love and harmony is coming together. Somebody's going to be happy. Ooh, yeah, and these ones are having trouble accepting this. They're having disagreements. They're complaining nobody understands how they feel. So there's an appearance. Somebody of high honor is going to be making an appearance regarding this Four of Wands. These ones are in fear and anxiety, these people facing poverty, because there's death here. They made mistakes. They held back. They feel like they should have expressed themselves better. So they are not in service to others. Whoever these kin are, they're false people, and they caused a lot of damage, and they could be experiencing that same damage now. Chaser. They don't want to chase you anymore. They're in regret. They missed their opportunity. They want to know what's happening now. What's happening now? They didn't get the sudden wealth, and they're like, okay, what's happening now? They want to know answers. Somebody wants to move forward to gain a contract with the intention of imprisoning somebody who is honest through trickery or fraud. They may be coming here to spy on somebody and commit fraud with the intention of imprisoning, having an innocent person imprisoned. So that, because they're a devil and they don't want this person to ascend, so they want to trap this person in some sort of fraud, some sort of theft, some sort of dishonesty. So they're going to commit a crime and they're going to try to pin it on this honest person. They feel unappreciated. People are gossiping about them. They're not happy. Yeah, they're coming in with a proposal of marriage with this toxic person. They're targeting a person who has empathy, who sees both sides of a situation, who has a creative imagination, but their intention is to come in and bring, adversity and destruction, codependency. They want whatever wealth this person has. And so they need to contract with this person. Get them to stop talking about stuff. There is a quick action here. Is this going to be happening quickly? They could come in and try to love bomb somebody, or they could do a crime and try to pin it on somebody so that they can maintain control of this sovereign being. They're going to try to commit fraud and pin some sort of a crime on this person. And the intention is to have imprisonment happen for an honest person. They want to escape. And they can't escape. They have to have this person's essence, energy, gifts. They're the star. They need their power of renewal and rejuvenation. They need to trap this person. They need to escape whatever it is, this death that they're going to be experiencing. They have to trap this rejuvenation, this renewal. They want to escape being under adjudication. So they're going to come in and they're going to try to be friends with the intention of setting you up. They want to bring conflict because they're not happy with the way things are going down. They're spying on your location. They want to know where you are so they can come in here and do this, work this plan. They're in the courthouse right now about a child. Or they're afraid of going to court about this child, and they're trying to get out adjudication. They're afraid of going to court. So they want to escape it. So they have to somehow trap this person so that they can be covered by this person. Yeah. They're keeping secrets. They're in their ego. They don't want to go to court over this child. They have to get a contract with this feminine or masculine in order to cover themselves with their agreement to everything. They're going to try to commit fraud. It could be that they're going to they are going to They're going to forge a document. They're going to forge a contract. They're going to forge a contract. And they're going to try to deceive somebody into thinking that they're married to this person, this devil. They're forging a contract. That's exactly what this is. You've got the Page of Swords. You've got contracts, negotiations and stuff, right? So, and then you've got trickery and you got fraud. They're going to forge a contract that makes it look like they married this main sovereign female because they want to trap her. They want to trap this person who is honest, or they might be going to prison because this person is honest, and maybe it'll be seen by this Hierophant who's shining a light on stuff. And people are gossiping about it. So there might be evidence that way too. So if somebody wants to recover, man, they're like, they want to retreat. Whatever they're doing is failing. They're getting a message of concern. Home is in the reverse. They may have lost their home, or they may not be going home. Yep, this is a new chapter. It's time to move on. They lost their home. It's time to move on. They got to make plans for the future. They lost their home. Whatever they did failed. Whatever they're attempting here fails, and they lose their home, and they have to move on. And this main female, she's coming into some responsibilities. Her high honor person is making an appearance soon. What a jerk, forging documents. Some people, man, I guess if you're desperate, you're already, you're already in this, right? And in fear and anxiety about it. What are you going to do? I mean, desperate people do desperate things, right? Yeah, but ooh, look at you. Ooh, you got your family, a new soul contract with reciprocity, equal give and take, and it's chemistry. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la. New chapter. Yep. Whatever they got going on there, it doesn't work. They're going to get themselves put in prison. They're forging documents. Trying to trick this important high honor masculine into thinking that his main sovereign female entered a contract with them when she's expecting him. She's got the message. He's making an appearance soon. And these tricksters are here forging documents to make it look like they got a marriage with this person. They're this devil. That's just wild, man, how that showed up, isn't it? That's incredible. People really go to these extremes to trick people. Man, can't people just relax? Go have a peaceful day? I guess not. Wow. Alrighty then. Ah. This star gaining their freedom has these personalities with a narrow perception who are facing poverty or who are in poverty. They're experiencing a loss. Like they may have lost their pet. They're in deep sorrow. They could have, like, what they have may have been damaged. Ooh, they're in a nightmare. They're in a nightmare. Darkness, suffering, persecution. They're frightened. They don't want to accept this. They're disagreeing. They're like expecting everybody to understand how they feel. So we have the moon card here, fear and anxiety. We have the death card here. We've got live and learn. Ooh, and fury. They're furious about this. A high honor masculine, I take it, is appearing soon. There will be a reunion. Are you ready? And marriage. Real estate. Real estate. Home. Community. Mega projects. Investments. Celebrations. Yes, and they may be yes, and this is the second time this gossip card came out too. You got gossip here in the near future, and then here in the subconscious you've got gossip too. Well, this is a bully card, but in the smaller print there's the word gossip. So there's people gossiping about them, and they may be getting bullied. They're in a nightmare. There's the loss card here with the pet, so they could have lost a pet. The death card is here. They're in fear and anxiety. They're getting bullied. They really want it to stop. They don't want to chase anymore. Having 9 swords put in you, being in trauma and despair doesn't feel good, but that's where they're at right now. And it could be that that's where this main female was. They're not getting the blessing. They're not in service to anybody. The Hierophant's here shining a light on everything regarding this karmic cycle. Looking at everything. And then verifying it. Probably multiple times. As anybody... I thought about this, like, it always used to be that I'd get blamed for something, and this is probably a collective thing. Somebody would blame you for something, but you never did it, and then nobody would ever ask you, well, what's your side of it? What actually did happen according to you? No, man, they would just blame you, and then you'd have to take the heat, And I never had any respect for any of those people because they never took the time to dig before they judged and then delivered some sort of a judgment, And I just thought it was really inconsiderate that even now, even to this day, it's like nobody ever investigates. Well, why did this happen? What happened to that led up to this? Nothing. So you not only get mistreated, but then you get reprimanded when you respond to it in a way, because nobody cares why you responded to it the way you did. They just care that you actually responded at all. You're just supposed to swallow it up. Take it. Gain, and you can't see it, but in the bottom corner of this card it says conclusion. This is the end of this. They didn't get the sudden wealth. They're demanding answers. They're in regret. They missed their opportunity. It's time for this karmic life cycle to turn. It's time for destiny, the destiny cycle to shift. It's a conclusion. Death. Death. So their last ditch effort is to come forward to spy on this woman and to strategically forge documents that make it appear as though he has a contract with her, a marriage contract. In order to separate her from her divine counterpart. People are gossiping about this. Whoever this is feels unappreciated, and they have to come in and trap this woman, snare her somehow. They need her wealth. They need her star energy because they're facing death. They need her. They need to be covered by her. So they don't have a marriage, but they're going to forge contracts to make it look as though they have a marriage with this woman. They're in a devil energy. They need to trap her. She can see both sides of a situation. They need her the creative aspects of her mind. They need to continue bringing conflict with her. They're going to try to come in and communicate somehow, but you're going to triumph over this. You're going to triumph over this. And they want to compromise because they're mentally disturbed. And it doesn't feel good. They're going to have to persevere.